Welcome to the Elements of Spirit readings for the week of October 1st, 2017. This is the fire reading for the signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I just realized I forgot to mention the air signs when we were doing it. But this is for the fire signs. If you haven't watched the ether reading, go back and check it out now. It was a message about cohesion, coming together, rising up together instead of falling the fuck apart. Had this beautiful little diagram with it. And the affirmation was, let us unite and unify around the truth and distribute the seeds of what we know freely and blissfully. Right? Let us unite and unify around the truth and distribute the seeds of what we know freely and blissfully. Bless. Connecting to what you know to be true, sharing that truth, spreading those seeds freely and blissfully, keeping it fucking light, not engaging in violent words, thoughts, or actions, sowing seeds of truth and light and knowledge. I love it. For you guys, I am the truth, the light, and my experience. My experience contains the knowledge I must share. So there's something here this week about fire signs being like, your story is important. Okay. So not just do you matter, but your whole story matters. You are the embodiment of the truth and the light, and your experience contains the knowledge that you must share at this time. So you are the seeds that you're sowing. You are the story. Never thought about it like this, but that feeling that you have inside of yourselves, fire sisters and brothers, to be exactly who you are, that fire, we talked about it last week, that fire to achieve, that thing that has to be done, that strength of character, that will that you have inside of you, that fire, that's the truth right now. That is what must be shared. And it's not just... In your case, it's not just the being. It is actually the story this week as well. The story and the being. Contains the knowledge I must share in order for you to sow the seeds and relay the deliciousness. What else? Yeah, they're saying the truth comes to me and I go to it. So they're acknowledging that you all are usually fire signs, are caught up in this fight for the truth, in this engagement of the truth. My truth, your truth, our truth, just this sort of reckoning and fighting. And they're saying that the truth comes to me and I go to it. So in this case, it's just remembering that, like, you might have a harder time trying to be a diplomat that gets everybody to understand the truth. But if you feel like talking about yourself a lot this week and telling people really straightforward, vulnerable, open, sincere versions of your story, then this is the week to do that. This is the week to let your story be the seeds of truth and light that you show. So what that means is it's about expression, right? It's about self-expression and freedom of expression. If you, that's how they gave it to me, is that fire that you feel to be yourself. That's what everybody feels right now. Everybody's in the same boat of trying to be who they are. Yeah, that's how it's always been. But, like, again, that gets thrown into stark relief when, in the nation of freedom, being who you are can get you, deported or hurt or killed or imprisoned, because you are yourself, right? So the idea here is you want to be telling the stories about what it took to be yourself, how you negotiated to be able to be yourself, how you learned what yourself was, when you were like, oh, that's myself. Hey, self, I see you. Now get in my body and get out my mouth. Speak, be myself, express myself, be the truth, be the light. So they're saying, you guys already know how to be the light. You know what that truth is. You know what it feels like to fight for it and go for it. And so this week, you want to tell your stories of how you negotiated your truth, how you fought for your truth, how you fought to be who you are, because that might be the story that someone or everyone around you needs to hear about why you needed, where you were protected, where you were not protected, why you needed to be heard, why you weren't heard, why you were silenced, what you did to be heard once you were silenced. You know, the consequences and negotiations of true self-expression, right? And the affirmation is already here. I am the truth and the light, and my experience contains the knowledge I must share. Aho. Enjoy. It's a quickie this week. But, you know, I don't like to beat a dead fire sign. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you next week.